Yeah, exactly, yeah. My name's Mary. Mike.
Oh, that's good. I gave up on this.
Hi, everybody. This is Doug Walker. I'm interpreting for Maureen today. Maureen is, I'm in touch with her by text.
Okay, great.
Okay.
Haven't seen you for a while, Doug. Nice to see you.
Nice to see all of you.
Yeah, thanks for helping out, Doug.
Pleasure.
And you're going to give us things for Tuesday, right? You said you're gonna give the printouts for Tuesday at Grasso?
Yeah, I'll bring them to Grasso,
Oh.
unless you want me to.
No. Wouldn't want some.
Okay. We ready, boss?
This is it, huh? This is our intrepid crew today. Great. Yes, I am. He's always ready.
Recording in progress.
All right, welcome everyone. We have the April meeting of the Historical Commission and welcome you all here on this bright sunny day. So we'll call the meeting, hereby call the meeting to order, and first item on the agenda would be to take the roll.
Larry Dorsey,
Here.
Karen Walagorski. Here. Mary Cartwright. Here. Errol Walagorski.
Here.
Scott Phillips.
Here.
Maureen Hogue.
Doug Walker interpreting for Maureen. She's here.
Okay. Susan Stanish. Here. And Councilmember Foster.
Here.
Thanks for joining us today.
A lot of people to fill in. Lauren.
Hi. Hi, Nancy, good to see you.
Thank you, Mayor. Oh, did you want this to stay on?
Yeah, I think Jean from the last club is gonna join us in a little while.
Okay.
Got it.
Well, so we take a minute and go around and introduce ourselves to.
Yeah, that would be wonderful.
Larry Dorsey, co-chair.
Excellent.
Dalton is also a co-chair and he's not with us today, and Jill Roberts is also not with us today.
I'm Susan Stanish, I'm co-secretary.
Karen Walagorski, vice chair.
Errol Walagorski, just part of the commission.
Founder of
And
Mary Cartwright.
Scott Phillips, another part of the commission.
important parts.
A volunteer, Nancy Thomas.
Yeah.
And I'm Mike Foster.
Oh, yeah.
I'm looking for Heather today, who's in here, which is very exciting.
That's a good excuse, huh?
Oh, she has a new grandbaby?
She did, she
Aw.
does. She's done the work.
Oh, good for her.
Okay, so we'll take the motion to approve today's agenda.
I move to approve today's agenda.
Moved by Scott, second by
I'll second it.
Mary. Okay, public comment.
There's nothing on Zoom. Okay.
Okay, then we'll go through the general updates and debriefing and Mary, any correspondence completed or required?
I'll have to find out if there's some required. Everything's up to date as far as I know.
I'm sure it is. Oh, no. Next item is one of Dalton's, which he covered it as, do we need to share that with everybody?
Oh, did I? I said I was gonna bring that.
Got her, didn't
We'll have to get back to that.
I? Okay. Yeah, Dalton's got a paragraph on that in his.
He did.
Come back to it, he said.
Yeah, we'll have to come back to it, but I can just tell you, there's not been any, the Marshall Fire Remembrance Group has not met recently because we're still doing a whole bunch of work on the administration side. The RFQ has not been posted yet, that's still under review, so there's things just, as a lot of you know, really large projects move very, very slow, so we're still working away.
That's true.
Okay, this will be over to Doug, RFI and what mass media.
Does anyone have any input for the RFI log and mass media list?
I don't think so.
Okay, no
Nothing new.
input on log. Got it. Thank you. Maureen also has questions on the volunteers when we get to that.
What about volunteers?
I guess Maureen has questions about the volunteers when we get to that item.
I think that's where we are.
That's where we are.
That's where we are. Yeah.
Okay, all right. Can I ask about Jade Lou? And does anybody have status on her work?
I have heard nothing new, as of our last commission meeting. Dalton's report was she has not been responding. So Dalton was picking up the, rounding off of, the tribal lexicon work we had given her.
Is she a senior this year, about to graduate?
Not positive. Mary says yes. I think that's correct.
I mean, she had, made a lot of progress on compiling, the lexicon work, so it's just a matter of us packaging it up and getting it over to the, open space, LUSAC people.
Okay, can you just pause while I ask Maureen if that's all she wanted to know?
All right.
Sorry. Oh yeah, she asked if Jade is graduating this summer, and the answer is yes. Is that right?
Oh, thank you.
No.
No, that was a question. Is Jade graduating this summer? Do we know?
Far as we know.
Yeah. Okay, and then any report from Haiti? Is that her name?
Haiti.
Doing video for the museums?
Oh, no, her name was something else.
Katie's with the drum now.
Yeah, but the woman, the young woman who's doing the video that day, you remember you were at Grass
Oh,
Oak?
yeah.
JG might know about that. Here are the notes, right here.
Oh, very convenient, huh?
If Martin JG had something with it, Maureen's wondering if there's any updates on the young woman, we can't remember her name, who's doing the video.
Yeah, she's still working, but she works full time, and so
Right.
she's just doing it when she can, and she did not go to the cemetery.
Yeah, okay.
So she's just literally working when she can, when she's available.
Okay, what was her name again? Sorry.
HAI-Y.
Okay.
HAI-Y. Okay. Sorry, I'm trying to text Maureen. I am checking notes. I'm sorry, I'm not totally smooth here. Okay. Okay. Waiting for a text to come through. Yeah, so Maureen asks, how much has she accomplished?
I don't know.
Yeah, okay.
I think it would be, we could say it was very preliminary. To give Maureen an answer.
And
Okay,
Maureen can email me directly if she wants more information.
okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
One thing I noticed on Dalton's deal about the fire remembrance is the town's looking at ways to have an event of some kind associated with the 5-year anniversary of the Marshall Fire.
That's true. So Michaela, as you know, the events manager, is starting to plan the 5-year anniversary. And there's good potential that the Remembrance Project will be featured in some way. It might be that the designers are there doing a short presentation, or there may be large photos printed and information for people to access. There could be some engagement going on. We're not really sure yet, but there will be something.
And I just happened to notice this, I think I passed this around, this friend brought me this little flyer that they put out at the Palisade History Museum, just as something to look at and think about. Next item on the agenda is donors.
Did we
And-
complete volunteers?
I thought we did that one.
I was just asking, have we fully covered volunteers for the meeting?
I think. Is there anything else to be covered under volunteers?
I'm good.
Okay.
Thanks.
Donors, Lions Club, recent donation, Dalton has here, Rob Spangler, wants to donate embers collected from the Marshall Fire. And, Dalton's gonna take care of that. They're small, quarter to $50 sized embers. And, we go in the display along with our great big ember. Yes, any other donor information?
Dalton's was the last one I heard about,
Yeah,
and I assume he got a donation sheet with that, but I haven't seen it yet.
right.
That one's gonna be a little hard to tag. I'm teasing.
See how the Scotch tape works on that.
Add water, stir well, and tag it as one.
I have a update for the Lions, if
Okay.
after everybody. I just want everybody to know that, oh, there's so many things on the screen. This is what the placard will look like on the slanted part of the metal sign. So there's two, so this is in production right now, so it's just basically saying special thanks. So one is for museum donations and the other is for the trees. So I just want you to know that we're in production for that. So once I get those, they'll be aluminum with black lettering. And then they'll adhere to that slanted part of the metal sign. And then we'll do the installations at those two locations at ASTI that we talked about, I think, last month. So we're moving along with that.
Any idea, any timeline for when they'll be done and we'll have the installation?
No, I mean, a lot of the installation depends on the availability of the parks crew. So there's that.
Probably summer.
I'm hoping.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you for that.
Yep.
And any other recent donations, I think, as Karen said, I think that Dalton's updates are our most recent one, isn't it? Yeah. Okay. Collections management.
Yeah, I'll just jump in. We've had at our work sessions some pretty productive times, just kind of going through, doing the pictures, getting everything to catalog it. Some things were already there, didn't have pictures. And we finally finished, we believe, everything that's on display at both ASTI and Grasso. So we've been working now on the things that are in the basement of ASTI. And, you know, it's kind of painstaking, taking the boxes out and unwrapping this, that got wrapped up really well, and kind of refitting things. And Jill came up with a really great system of labeling the outsides of the boxes with little pictures of the items, basically just pictures from catalog it, so that nobody has to wonder what's actually in there and forge through it again if they're curious about what's in there. So
That's very
Yeah,
nice.
that's a good idea.
yeah, it's really great that
Yeah.
she's doing that. So we've made a lot of progress. There's still a ways to go, but it's coming along.
It's amazing.
Yeah,
And you're all up to date too, huh, Karen?
Yes,
Yeah,
yeah, all that stuff is up to date and synced with the spreadsheet.
great.
And then the only thing I'll jump in with is that metal pegboard. I did order it and Jill had said something about, her husband making a frame for it. So, I dropped it off at her house.
Oh.
I did Amazon, I put it on her porch, took a picture, sent it to her. And, cause she wasn't home. So the pegboard's in her hands, so I'm sure she'll communicate with y'all about the progress of that.
Great. Okay. OR code signage and participation with CAPS.
Just,
Latest on that,
that was, I already,
same thing.
yeah, pretty much did that Lions Club piece.
Okay. District Colorado affiliates?
Jill usually does that update. You know, anybody?
I know she sometimes attends the different webinars and things that they have, but I haven't been on those things recently, so I don't really know.
Yeah, she was talking about
Yeah.
one or two the other day, so I think. Yeah, Jill's been accessing those, how to do it, emails from, District Colorado. Maybe a lot out of them, I think.
Have we made any progress or any updates on, like the potential collections loans that we were looking into around that group?
Not that I know of.
Not that I know of either.
Oh, well, you've mentioned that I think the loan from District Colorado that's at the Louisville Museum about the Ute STEM. Display is still there for a little while longer, maybe another week or two,
Still where?
at the Louisville Museum,
Oh, right.
if you wanna see. A condensed, I mean, cause they have the small things and then they have the large one.
Are they open on Friday too?
Yes,
Yeah. In fact, I guess they're there, what, Wednesday to Saturday? I think.
Tuesday to Saturday.
Tuesday to Saturday.
They
Okay.
they have staff and volunteers, I think, to
Mhm.
keep it open like that.
Most staff.
All right. Now,
Wait.
Well, we're now we're getting Catherine on Saturdays as well as work sessions, so.
Yeah, that was helpful to have her, with, we'll cover this in the other update, but to be part of the museum open staff, because we were a little short.
It's snowing?
Oh, good.
Sorry.
Nothing
better. Very wet.
Oh my God. What is that?
You wanna see?
Yeah.
I thought it didn't exist any longer on the farm.
Oh my God.
Get excited to stop the meeting just for snow.
My husband better get that lavender covered.
Yeah, that's gonna come to my plan.
I'm sorry, everyone.
How could you?
Meeting's canceled, we all gotta get home.
I think we need a hot chocolate break.
Don't have to do any more rain dances, I guess.
So I had to rail the meeting for a minute. My excitement.
That was great.
I'm right with you.
Okay, the debriefing department, we got 2 work sessions, March 27th. We think that far back.
I can't really remember one from the other, but I'm pretty sure both, at least the ones I was involved with were in the basement of Asti,
Mhm.
going through the boxes and taking pictures and just syncing things up. And, you know, one of the things that we did notice, I guess going back to collections management, is occasionally we find something that's down there, but doesn't seem to have a label, doesn't seem to have much going on with it other than, oh yeah, I remember seeing it. So, but that's okay, we just kind of came up with a designation of, we're calling it found in collection. If we're not sure about its, provenance or whatever our term is for entry into the, into catalog it, and also potentially for whether we decide if we wanna create a donation form or even need to. If something is just, well, it's there, so we're just gonna keep it, we want it, so it's ours. Anyway, that's about all I remember. I don't, you were there for the second one for sure, I can't remember
Right.
the other one.
Yeah, I agree with what Susan said, and, it's just, again, just really pleased with the way the progress is going on this. These aspects of keeping track of all of our accumulated artifacts. Very good job. Okay, and April 4th, open museums and the cemetery
Did you get people at the cemetery?
on the 4th of
You wanna
April.
start with the cemetery? or-
Yeah, let's do that.
All right, well, this will be the longer part. We had 28 people that came through.
Wow.
18 in the first hour, 10 in the second hour. It was a fairly nice day up there.
Wow.
The first people that showed up, and this is with me, I was running late, so I did not have time to swing by, and pick up any kind of flagging or other stuff for the entrance, and it was me because Dalton had an emergency sometime that came up, and we had the veterans group guys were waiting at the gate.
All right. How many vets showed up?
I think 3, maybe 4, and one of them who was researching genealogy, we probably need a sign in the book up there too. But one of them who was researching like the genealogy or the et cetera, the graves, thinks there might, we know we have 2 veterans in there. They think that Charles Seeley might be a veteran as well. It's not one of the marked Civil War veterans up there, so.
Yeah, I think there are some other veterans, not Civil War, right? I would agree with that.
Yeah, and we had, another set of the Spicers came through, Spicer family.
Great.
And, we get quite a few questions on like the age of the, not just the graves, but the headstones, and there's a series of them, and it's hard to tell which ones are replacement headstones or not, but, this Spicer who's married to one of the Kupners, she said that she knows that the red headstones up there, the Spicer families, that from the 1920s and 30s were replaced sometime later, so they're replacements, and somewhere probably like Wilma, who's closer and probably knows the history of when that was done. Because there's some that are obvious replacements, others, those red ones could have been around in the 20s and 30s, but apparently not.
Okay.
And then the older ones are still fairly obvious. The irises were there, they are irises, right?
Iris,
Yes.
yeah.
Are pretty prominent and
Are-
pretty,
Coming up?
they weren't blooming at this
No,
point,
no.
but their locations were pretty obvious right now. And it also seems kind of obvious, and people did ask about this too. It's just like, well, is it likely that they may indicate where some of the unmarked graves are? And yes, and I would think also if we compared to some of their locations to the mapping from the previous studies up there, that they'd line up with what some of the ground penetrating radar studies and things.
That said, they do spread.
Yeah.
Well, they do, but they're not spreading that quickly.
Yeah.
When you see how they're bunched and circled.
Yeah, That's a really great observation.
Yeah, for the maintenance they get, and for as long as they've been in there, pretty rough and tough. Because they get absolutely no attention up there at all. So,
But we might change that.
well, I'm just, that's okay.
But remember, we said we're not gonna mow as much to help protect them.
Sure.
Yeah.
I would think, are you done?
No, I'm just trying to remember if there's other points that touched on.
That's fantastic though.
But it sounds like we definitely need 2. I mean,
Yeah.
it's too bad in this case Dalton
Yeah.
was called away, but then, yeah, definitely the 2 people out there. So,
Yeah, it was, 28 was a goodly number, and we had, all demographics, people coming from various places to do the announcement, people dropping in because they live up there and are curious and,
Some of it was open.
right, and it kind of demonstrates the interest in having it more accessible and available and potentially more interpretive information.
Well, thanks for doing all
Yeah,
of that.
great.
Well, as long as we're on this subject, if I may, the vets are extremely, well, interested in being up there and doing a bunch of volunteer work up there. We gave them a whole bunch of information on, what's in the cemetery, what's, where the grave sites are, et cetera. And I don't know where they come up with this, but they are under, what Ted was telling me, that they seem to have an impression that there's more information available on the cemetery than what we gave them. So,
Well, there is, cause they asked for just preliminary stuff to begin with.
oh, okay.
I think that was the reason they said that.
So anyway, they're wanting to be up there on Memorial Day and, be part of that up there. And I think possibly put flags and stuff on. I don't know if it's gonna be all the grave sites or on the vets. I'm not sure how we're gonna handle that. I think we're having a meeting with them on Monday, and I guess we'll try and figure some of that out. They're also very interested, like the 4th of July, et cetera. And I don't know if they wanna do things up there, if we wanna just give them the combination for the gate so that they have access to it. I don't know how we wanna handle that. It might be something we need to discuss here. I wouldn't know why not, but if they wanna go up and maybe do sometimes clean up or do whatever, not that they're trying to interfere with the maintenance up there. But they're really interested in doing stuff up there.
Coordinate with JG on that, but, it seems to me like they'd be welcome to, they wanna, even if they had a color guard raising a flag on Flag Day or Memorial Day, or whatever it be.
Oh, and speaking of that, now we have, who was the guy that used to do some of his relation was up there and he used to go up there with the rifle and do the,
Oh, yeah,
is he still,
McNulty?
now, there we go, with Nolte, yeah,
he's not,
no idea.
oh,
He's,
okay.
he's still listed as, he renewed his membership to the Louisville Museum.
Oh, is that
I happened to read in their newsletter and I thought, well, I guess he's still with us.
So I'm guessing, and I'll probably find out Monday, if he's available sometime and would be interested in doing that. The vets would probably like to have him up there and perhaps do a presentation of some kind, on the Civil War people up there.
Wasn't he the same vintage as, Denzel? The same age or? Because I think
He could be,
that'd be 90-ish.
yeah, he's in his 90s, maybe he's not, even though he's around, maybe he's not, available to go up there because.
Look at a little research, see if we can connect with him again.
I think he's on our list, our address list.
Yeah.
And if not, he must be on Louisville's, but. Yeah, I'd say strike while the iron is hot, if we've got the vets interested in helping us.
They are highly interested in doing
Yeah,
this.
and park staff or an open space, they're gonna be more and more stretched through the summer.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
I think Wally, with you on the commission, you could help if there's visitors there with questions that the vets may not know, if you would know, you could kind of represent both.
Sure. And, they are willing to, they really are interested in what's going on up there, so any information we can give them and they can end up, doing a presentation up there, I think they would just love it.
Okay.
Two other cemetery notes, we had previously talked about it being nice to try to have openings around holidays like Memorial Day or otherwise. That happened to be the day before Easter, which apparently is also a popular time for people to be out on the Saturday, nice warm Saturday. And the Spicer Kuttner, who was there, had mentioned that she was the one who was on the historical commission about 10 years ago.
Oh, Vicky,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Nice.
And then on the, thank you, Scott, and then on the, museum openings, I think Ashley was underrepresented pretty much.
The one person was there to ask directions to the cemetery.
They found it.
Good.
Well, we had a good turnout at Grasso,
Yeah, it's good.
so I think we had 10 at Grasso.
Oh, sorry, may I just break in back on the cemetery? Maureen commented that it'd be nice to have a bugler to play taps.
Oh.
Taps. Yeah,
That's when you go to bed.
but it's played for death, though, it's like.
Right.
Valuable rest.
We had a deal a few years ago where we had the Louisville American Legion did a flag raising at Veterans Memorial over in Asti. And the men could make it a complete deal to have it.
Do a flag raising and then maybe go over to the
To have
cemetery.
revelry and taps, revelry at 10 o'clock and taps at 12.
No revelry at cemeteries.
We tested their supernatural powers, I guess.
Going still on the open museums, I think especially through the warm weather, it would be nice to always have the barn and the homestead house open so that people can tour and people can see that they're open, and so therefore we probably need at least two at Grasso too.
So, yeah.
And the barn door's great, the way they've stabilized it.
And you notice I have not aged it yet, but I'm glad it's more stable.
Yeah, really well done.
Okay. The next item is Heritage Roundtable and Fran. I think we'll get table the roundtable until we get to the plans for the Square Nil ceremony. So, Anne Fran, go ahead.
This coming Monday from 1 to 3 at the Arvada Flour Mill, which they've just had their anniversary celebration. I think this last weekend or something. The first hour really doesn't apply to us, but because it's about gift shops, museum gift shops, which I doubt if we will ever find. But the second hour is a tour of the flour mill as they have once again restored them all, which would be very, very interesting.
Will Jill be back by then?
Pardon?
Will Jill be back by then?
I have no idea what Jill. I plan to go.
Okay.
If anyone wants to ride.
What day was it?
Monday, and it's at 1 o'clock, 1 to 3 in Arvada. And then this is April, in June, the ice cream social is not gonna be at Lions, I don't know why, but it's gonna be at Wheatridge again, or Wheatridge historical park, so that again is not very far away. And then in August, it's Superior,
Yeah.
so,
And the boardroom is reserved.
good, oh, thank you.
That's how.
Oh, great. Okay.
Well, let me know if anyone wants to ride with me or whatever.
Anybody wants to go, and this will be good artifact to see, good building to see the Arvada Flour Mill. Preservation Work Plan Group is the next item. Scott, want to handle that?
Sure, so, me and Dylan have met twice now, we're meeting, bi-weekly. First meeting, we went over an outline and, the concepts, and that's what we're essentially working on, the conceptualization of what we envision would be encompassed by a preservation plan. And second meeting, we kind of detailed an approach to that further, but we've come up with basically 4 tiers that we're looking at, what the overarching connection is to that plan to other city plans, needs, operations, is high level. Then planning at the range of historic resources we have across the town. Second level would be specific historic properties, and differentiating the town or publicly owned properties from the privately owned properties at that level. And then the fourth tier would be other facilities like museum facilities, materials, and the collections the museum holds, or even items around like the mine cart out in front of town hall. How does that fit into this type of planning? And so we've got a working tiered framework like that put together and conceptualizing it. And now we are considering what we would actually be asking for say, a contract in that plan, and then bringing that back to JG on how that connects the bigger plan for, history, culture, arts, right? That's where we're at after 2 meetings, two half-hour meetings.
Did you say you went with Dylan or Dalton?
I probably said Dylan.
Oh, okay.
It's gonna happen eventually.
That's fine, I just
It was
wanted
Dalton.
Oh, so sorry, so you said you're working with Dalton on this?
Yes.
And I just don't have any background on it. It's, this is a plan that you're working on that you're gonna bring to the committee later?
We're not working on the actual plan, so, what has been in discussion for a bit is needing a community historic preservation plan, and we've discussed that at prior committee meetings. And then at our town dinner, within the past couple of months, we identified that we need to figure out what the parameters of that would be a little bit more, so that we can come up with what, like the budgetary ask or the requirement for a contracting plan developer. And this then connects to a wider planning need that JG has identified quite a while back as a combined historic culture and arts plan, of which this would be a part of master plan in that sense.
Okay, thank you, appreciate that clarification.
Okay. Thank you, Scott. Work plan check-in. So the first item on that is going to be our spring program, final planning details and agenda.
So I sent out the agenda via email. I don't know if you had a chance to look at it, but it's basically kind of just outlining Larry and Dalton kind of tag teaming, the hosting and emceeing of the meeting. I can't remember if I pulled it up here.
Larry, can you remind me of the date of that?
The 29th.
April 29th,
I will be out of town, that's what I thought.
and
It does start at 6, right? Or is it
6:30.
6:30, so we all should be there at 6-ish, I think.
So, basically, panel discussion with Jim, Jack, and Cinda. We thought it would be kind of nice, since we're in the Superior 130 year, that kind of in the spirit of that, kind of have a slideshow of some historic photos while Larry gives kind of just a historic commission overview and a little bit of information about the museums, the cemetery, and the industrial line, just to kind of put things in context for those who come. And then Larry and Dalton will introduce the panelists. And then there's all kinds of questions that Larry and Dalton came up with, and they'll alternate between the three. They'll just go back through. But I think the questions were sort of tailored to each panelist, if I'm correct with that.
Yes.
So I think it'll be a really nice conversation, and I think people will learn quite a bit about the town just based on the lives and history of these three people. Do you want to
I
comment
think
more?
Susan had a question.
Oh, just sorry, just a nitpick on, there's a question, sorry, go back down. You have Superior Fold history, I think it's.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Old.
I did notice that.
That's
Yeah,
all, just
I
in
didn't-
case you
didn't
don't know
bother.
what you're.
Yeah. Thank
She
you.
probably knows.
Yeah, thank you.
Excuse me. And another we gotta make sure that we don't do too much in the beginning to take away their time for presenting, also this idea about having a photo, have a screen, have a photograph of the Bowles Farm, the Listoka signage, and even the Listoka site, as far, the Listoka farm was on the grounds of the Rex mine over in Louisville, so photograph of that, and then I'm not sure about Cinda's visual, but have some visual aids at the beginning there, and then like that's JG described, give them a chance to talk about their connection to the old days. Yes.
Can I just a little confused, this is open to the public, correct?
Yeah, that's
And where is it gonna be held?
The community center.
here.
Here,
Yeah.
okay, and it's, do you sign up for it, or?
Well, it's just open to the public, anybody can come, it's publicized by our publication department, and
They'll start sending stuff out soon.
yeah.
What's the date, do you know?
April 29th,
Oh, Scott, can I please have a question?
And
6:30 p.m.
for
here at
Mike and
Community
for
Center.
Susan both there, this is the idea to have these three people have connections to the past in Superior, and to talk about how things were then compared to now, and their
So it's really just a history of the town and from three people's perspectives?
Yeah.
Or okay, and
well, their experiences too, so.
for the,
So the
Yeah.
Jack Bowes, for example, his farm is it's technically it's a homestead. Centennial Farm, then it was the process of getting it done. So it's over on Dillon Road.
okay,
Listoka had the open space donation to the Boulder County. And the Cinda Arsenault produced with the help of the youth of Original Town, the full history book on Superior, so.
That's the little spiral bound book.
right, I think I have a copy of it.
So I think Tom's did their first push, with the Parks and Rec newsletter.
Mhm.
There's a whole section on that event, plus
Okay.
the historic walk.
Right.
So if you need that, I can forward it to you if you email me.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
What's your email, is it, do you have your,
Well, if you send that down, I'll write it down for you.
oh,
Also, this will be recorded. I remember asking this last time.
Did we decide we're gonna do that big screen again? Or just,
Yeah. Yeah, we'll do the big screen.
so we'll have a big screen and a projector, and that's not gonna be the program, that's just to help get the context of the program. The stars will be our panelists.
do you need volunteers during that time?
It's usually just pointing people in the right direction, like,
I
Yeah.
mean, I'd be happy to, I am here then, so I believe, oh no, shoot, I'm not the,
It'll
I'm
be
sorry.
recorded.
But no, I'm not,
I'll still send you the information.
well, I leave on the 30th,
We'll
so
record,
I will
it'll
be
be
here.
recorded, so you can watch it another time.
Okay, but I'm saying if you need help, I will be here, I leave the next day, so,
okay,
yeah, if you need help with me.
thank you for that.
Thanks.
Any other questions on that? Early?
I guess I was just looking for, I think you're gonna help get photos
Yeah.
from Jack, Jim and Cinda that we'll put in the mix, just so if they're talking about something, we can put something up. And just any other details, it is gonna be recorded. We'll have everybody mic'd up, we'll have the big screen, we'll have a projector and a laptop. Just kind of our normal setup, but we'll have, the focus will be the panelists in the front with the screen kind of above and behind them. But other than that, I think it's pretty straightforward and similar to your previous programs,
Think so too.
yeah. So I'll
Yeah,
just,
Cinda's out of town, I think, almost to the time of the program, so I haven't been, I think she might be doing a Grand Canyon trip or something.
Yeah, so I think that's probably the biggest job between now and then is getting photos.
Right. Okay, and so, the next one is the walking tour planning, and probably just, you seem to have the wheel invented there, so just do what we always do, I guess.
So can I have, pass along Maureen's comment? She
Yes.
wants to work with, Haiti, the videographer, and CAPS to create a multimedia approach.
For the walking tour.
This is for the walking tour.
We had a videographer there last year.
And that video is on, the Arts and History webpage.
I think she has some ideas for a bigger vision, something about, QR codes leading to videos at each station, something like that. I can't explain it all over this. But she says she could work with folks offline.
I think that's definitely the plan, once we get a path put in, that's probably, the path probably won't go in until next year. But once it does, there'll be interpretive signs with QR codes and all the things that Maureen has in mind.
Are we talking about this same walking tour? There's our usual spring walking tour out to the mine,
Yeah,
but then there's also a
Per walking
per walking tour, yes, there would be
Yeah.
a more of a town circle.
So I'm not sure which one she's talking about, Doug.
yeah.
Yeah, I think she's talking about her walking tour of the
Oh,
old buildings, etc.
Yeah, this is the one that you were on a couple years ago, I think, Doug, when we walk out to the mine site.
Yeah, I was on that one, which I really enjoyed, and I've also walked around original town with Maureen, going to the buildings that are still standing since the Marshall Fire, and talking about maybe having a path that starts at one of the museums, walks down streets, looks at different buildings, lands at the other museum, and then potentially has an extension up through to the cemetery.
Honestly, that would be nice for our museum days too, to be able to send people on that tour between museums, and yeah, it'd also be nice to connect it to the various places where QR codes would be set up where possible.
so I think with that in mind, Doug, and everyone, I think it would be good, since Dalton is kind of working with CAPS on the QR code and signage project. I think Maureen has talked about tapping into that opportunity. So I think if Maureen connects with Dalton, we could definitely use some of these signs that we've had made and install them in some of these locations for said walking tour. Like, we could mark certain places. So CAPS is marking and signing, placing signage where there are larger pieces of public art, whereas Historic Commission is thinking about historic sites and in just important places. So if that aligns with what Maureen has in mind for the walking tour, I think we could definitely combine the effort by having signage with short description and QR codes. Absolutely.
Yeah, I think that makes a ton of sense. It could be the QR code, could go to a video, could go to descriptions. Yeah, I like that. I
mean, the
like
video
it.
part-
We'll see if Maureen likes
Yeah.
it. She says
Yeah.
yes, she'll coordinate with Dalton. Yep.
Okay.
Another
Very
idea
good.
of tying it in on open days too, what's going, that was great.
Are there many historic buildings left after the fire? That I'm just, other than.
Yeah, there's about a
3 or
dozen.
4.
Yeah, it's
Okay,
when you count them all
I'm
up.
just wondering,
Yeah,
But there are also some other potential points of interest too, in addition to the remaining buildings.
Okay, and then this is May 2nd, so on May 1st, we can install our stakes, I guess, for the various building foundations, tell what the buildings were. And so again, it'll be after we close at 2 o'clock, starting from Grasso Park and stroll down to the open space access and beyond.
So just to confirm, this is at the date of the next museum opening?
Yes, it's also the date of the museum opening. Yeah.
Which I probably should have added to the upcoming events, but I didn't.
And that's May 2nd.
Yes.
I'm out of town. I'm out of town.
You can't do that.
From the 29th through the 2nd, so this is.
We veto that, Scott.
So Scott, you
I'll record, put a recording up on the live screen.
would we be able to put the stakes up early before you go out of town?
It doesn't take very.
That's not. And Dalton also knows that system.
Okay.
That's right. Okay. Well, the next item is gonna require a vote, ladies and gentlemen, because we're going to have a motion to finance the framing of the drum map. And
You need to discuss the options again.
Yes, I don't know what we landed on. One of the reasons we deferred votes today is because we didn't know what the cost would be because we didn't give them a preferred option or such. They gave us a range. So I would like to know what our current cost estimate is.
I think we're still kind of sitting at that 4,000 to 5,500, you know, I think if you were gonna go with that sort of, we were calling it the Cadillac
Right, yes,
framing.
yep.
That maybe you approve higher figure,
Correct.
just in case, cause I don't think she's given us anything more specific than that.
right.
Okay, and then remind me, this is going to come out of our donations budget, so this is one of the ways we're going to
The
spend.
reserve,
Reserve fund, okay.
and then arts and history, which is help with the rest.
Which is how nice you are. If arts and history is stressed, I mean, we could. Out of our 5,000 for the year, we could say, put in 1,000 or something. I mean, it's just,
Absolutely.
yeah.
And the way that works is when, like, if I get an invoice, I can split out.
Okay.
You know, I can say this much to this account, this much to that account. Yeah, I can
Well,
absolutely do that.
Are we not limited to approving from our budget and then anything else would be under our approval anyway?
Unless you say we want to use that $2,000 that we've had in reserve for a couple of years and then 1,000 out of our annual budget for this year and then the rest. Yeah,
Well, that's kind of what I would like clarification on for the vote is how much we are approving from our budget and where it's coming from, so that we're clear.
I think one of the reasons why we wanted to go with the, if you will, the top one, was because otherwise we would have to have, what was it, some copies made of it in the original, rolled up someplace
Yeah.
and put away. And, this is an historic map, and I think we had sort of decided that, there really wasn't any reason why it shouldn't be framed and hung and preserved as opposed to have to worry about it sort of falling, if you will, over time falling apart, rolled up someplace.
But we also still wanted to have a scanned copy of it even.
just.
Oh,
because,
absolutely.
Yeah.
So that's something else to consider possibly in the budgets.
Where will it hang?
In the museum.
Aussie.
Yeah.
And I think Katie, said, and I think everyone in here agreed that by virtue of having it in the frame on, with the archival materials and the shadow box and the plexiglass and all of that wonderful archival treatment is all probably better than actually being stored away,
Yes.
as far as the care of it.
Maureen concurs.
Okay, good. So in the motion then, I guess I have to have the number in the motion.
I think, was it last month, we had a budget,
Yeah,
I don't know if anybody has their notes, I can try to pull up your. But we know that there's. Pull it up.
Well, if we're not going to fully cover this out of our budget, we're going to partially cover it out of our budget, then I would like our motion, if possible, to be conditioned on going for the Cadillac version and the scan to be conditioned on our budget contribution being supplemented by whatever other town source.
Okay, so in your reserve, you have 24.06 and 43 cents. Donations, you have $88. Town, and your annual, you have 42.
Do we have any of that committed anywhere else, or are we considering committing any of that anywhere else, including sandwich donation for Boulder Heritage? It's like, how much of that should we apply? How much reserve out of that budget will we need to see us through the year? Things like that.
Yeah, because we can't get down to the point where we're really strapped for the rest of the year,
Yeah.
budget wise.
but we wouldn't be if we just say, vote to use the reserve,
Well, yes, but I'm just,
1,000, say, and the 1,000 would still give us 3,000 something left for the year. And the sandwiches aren't gonna be that
It was
much.
2,000 in the reserve.
2,400.
Yeah,
Yes, we
24.
can almost do half of it with the savings fee. What I remember the estimate was.
Well, do we want to propose to finally be able to use up our reserve and make JG proud?
Yes, I think so. I think so.
JG laid down the old.
I would,
This year.
I would suggest that we go for 2,500 and use up the reserve plus whatever, just around the list of 2,500 and.
Like maybe the reserve and the donations.
Yeah.
yeah.
The reserve and donations, whatever. is that total.
Maureen is floating the idea of a fundraiser, like a silent auction or a bake sale with historic foods.
Yeah, Doug, that's a good idea. I know where she's coming from, but we actually do have enough money in hand or almost in hand to actually get this going and not to have to do another mechanism to have a fundraiser.
But to confirm that, JG, if we go with the 2,500 from our budgets, will we adequately and easily be covered from other sources just to make this happen?
Yeah, I do like the idea of contributing a little bit out of the annual though, just so that. So it's not like an exact 50-50, like, I mean, I'll contribute as much as I can, but I think, given what you have. You might be able to do a little out of this budget,
I think so.
Sure.
Yeah.
and then I'll cover the rest.
Okay, so
So just, you would just need
Yeah,
to
how much is a
decide.
little? How much are you thinking then out of? So we're
2,500 plus then 1,000 from our budget would be 3,500.
Yeah,
And if you know, if you're in a jam, we always have backup
right.
at the end of the year, so.
Okay, is there a motion? to that effect?
I'll try to make this motion since I've been digging into it.
Mhm.
Please
Okay.
make it as clear as you can, because I'm a
Okay,
lot.
so, well, first, JG, give me better words for what's actually proposed, what we're calling the Cadillac version, what does that actually consist of?
Option number 3 or
What did
something
she
like
call
that.
that? Conservation framing.
And through, and who, as proposed by Boulder Fine Art?
Art source.
Art Source
Arts,
International.
Arts International, okay, so here goes,
Okay,
so I move that we allocate up to $3,500 from the historical commission budget to contribute to, conservation framing for our drum wall map, as proposed by ArtSource International, on the condition that, additional funding, beyond the $3,500 would be, covered from other sources by the town.
I'll second the motion.
okay, so it's been moved and seconded, and let's let the secretary get it all pulled together here.
Maybe I should read it back and see if I.
Yeah, let's do that.
Sure.
Motion made by Scott to approve expenditure for option one, conservation framing, as proposed by ArtSource International, allocating up to $3,500 from historical commission budget to contribute to conservation framing, we're not at too many words, for the drum map on the condition that additional funding would be covered from other sources by the town.
Yes.
All right, I'll see if I can tighten that a little bit, but I didn't miss anything important.
Any other discussion?
Yeah, does Maureen have any questions, Doug?
She's texting me right now. Just waiting for her text to come in.
For Mike and Nancy, this map is
Okay, yeah,
donation.
no questions.
Okay.
A map of Boulder County, 1880s or something like that.
Wow.
And it's very valuable.
Who
Donation.
donated?
Sorry,
Amen.
sorry, I do have a question. Does the motion include getting the scan that Scott suggested?
No, and I can handle that.
Okay, thank you.
I remember when they
Let's see,
was
fine,
donated.
because it's
I was at a-
really big.
I was at a meeting.
But is it UV protected?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, you know, yeah.
So, 100% archival materials,
And then
UV,
talked
UV,
about-
just whole,
talking about that map.
and then it's,
But I
got
can't
depth to
donate
it, so nothing touches the map, it's like a float in there.
It's nice.
Well, then, if there's no further discussion, we'll vote on the motion as expressed by Scott and recorded by our secretary. All in favor of $3,500 going to the installation of the drums map in Nasty Park?
The framing.
Aye.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
I should let you know the motion carries.
Anybody opposed?
Why is it called the drums map?
The drum is the guy who produced these maps.
Oh,
That's his surname, is Drum.
interesting.
Hi, team.
Hello, Gene.
The other thing I wanna mention too, maybe after we get rolling with the project, that we think of something nice to do for our source that Katie's been there.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, just having been in the framing world in the past, this is an incredibly discounted price for what we're getting. And so they really are giving us a really good discount, and so we should.
Katie Olson is, she's
think
Red
about
Knives
something
in
nice
Superior and
we can
was
do.
on the commission in the past. Her family owns the art, so it's.
Yeah, so
Extra special.
for this
treatment.
size, yeah, this is a very, very, very good price, yeah.
But we have another budgetary item, and that is to, our budget would also finance a few sandwiches to go to the Heritage Roundtable event, next month. So just to, see, we call it the Roundtable Awards Ceremony. It's a preservation, function where people are recognized for their historic preservation efforts in Boulder County in the past, and it's all donations from the various organizations that take part in the Heritage Roundtable. And so Paul Gorski's came up with the idea of us supplying sub sandwiches from Jersey Mike's. And the roundtable people are very enthused about that. So we come up with a number,
Last year, I think
150.
it was 125,
Yeah,
and I think the bill ran 145.
Maybe up to.
And Larry and I just split it, wasn't a big deal.
Do you wanna just go a little higher this year, so you're not taking out of pocket?
I think so.
I suggest we go up to 200 and spend below that.
Yeah,
just the event where we're gonna get the award.
Yes, it is.
What,
So you can.
Nice Santa sandwich.
can you remind me the date and time of this again?
May 18th,
Yep.
6 o'clock. 6 o'clock for
And-
snacks and then 6:30.
So this is
Yeah,
at Chautauqua usually?
It's in that
Chautauqua,
Yeah.
upcoming event, Scott, on the next
Community
page.
house.
Community House at Chautauqua.
Okay, sweet.
Yeah, so is there a motion to finance the purchase of sandwiches?
There's a motion down.
Up to,
Up to, let's see what the motion comes on.
I'll move that we finance the purchase of sandwiches for the roundtable award ceremony. Up to £200, $200.
So if we're going up to 200, are we taking more sandwiches? Is that the deal?
I think it's just
Better sandwich.
inflation for one thing,
Yeah.
whatever.
Well,
just
Okay.
making sure you're not taking out of your pocket.
I think we should go with the same amount we had last year,
I think
and then if we can do less than 200, fine, if not, so be it,
So it's 200?
yes.
yes. So the motion is to finance the
Is there a
sandwich,
second?
pardon?
Is there a second?
I was reviewing the,
Yeah, please review.
I'm gonna review the motion and then ask for a second.
Okay, sorry.
So the motion is to finance the sandwich purchase, donate to the Heritage Roundtable up to $200. Is there a second?
I'll second it.
Second by Karen. And all in favor?
I,
Aye.
And anybody opposed? All right. Moving right along, home rule documentation, is that from Dalton?
I think it's something Maureen has just inquired about, and I just didn't wanna. I think we tabled it last time or needed to hold off, and we might need to hold off again since Dalton's not
We
here.
did ran out of time last
Yeah,
time. I
we
think
ran.
the main question around that right now is we were making sure we were actually locating the appropriate documents from the town to be able to collect them. And I don't know that that question is still answered.
Yeah, so should I put it on the agenda for next month?
Looks like, yes.
Okay.
I think so.
No. Next thing on the agenda is this, we have to plan way far ahead because Hello Superiors has a deadline. Fall program ideas.
I think it would be good just to start conversing so that by mid-July, we are ready to go with that Hello Superior deadline. That's really all I, yeah, so May, so a little bit today, May and June meetings, we just keep talking about it so that we're not scrambling.
Yeah, my 10th Mountain Division fellow didn't come through last time, so I have all sort about a speaker who does a really good job as Rosie the Riveter, talking about working in the Remington Arms plant down in Lakewood, which is now which is now the Federal Center. And you heard her presentation?
I just saw a blurb about her.
Oh, so she has a very good reputation.
I think
That
that
would
would
be
be,
interesting.
I was just gonna say that would be extremely interesting.
Yeah, that
My
would be,
mom was at Remington Arms.
Was that?
Yeah, during World War II.
My mother was a Rose.
Yeah. Yeah.
I know there was a Rosie airplane factory and.
Great
Gold Ridge.
Lakes, known as the Great Lakes. How interesting.
So, yeah, that's just the one I have off the top of my head just in the last few days, actually, so.
Any other ideas?
Other ideas, yeah, just do some brainstorming here. Or,
Could you get some details on that?
Yeah.
And, yeah,
it's through that Colorado Speakers Bureau, Colorado Chautauqua Speakers Bureau, and, so it has a pretty good, cost, but there's also, grants, what's the right word? Where they get, somebody else pays for it. Okay.
Sorry, I wanna briefly revisit the roundtable awards on the 18th.
It's
Mhm.
in upcoming events.
Okay, I just wanna confirm whether we managed to get a council representative as
I
discussed.
think we'll talk with that, we'll get to that.
We'll get to it in probably about 4 or 5 minutes, looks like.
That's a long time.
May 2nd, May 2nd, open museums.
I won't be there. I have
No Mary?
I'll be at Folsom Field at 8 o'clock that morning, for grandson's graduation.
Oh,
You're not sitting up for the game then. Well, that's good.
And I'm out
Good
of
for you.
town.
No Mary, no Scott.
Yeah, Scotland's turn.
Okay, we'll stay in touch on that then.
And
Who's
did
available?
you say you're gonna be out of town?
So,
when is it, May 2nd?
Oh, just a second, Doug.
Yes,
Yeah,
yeah.
come back on the 4th. Okay. Yeah.
Doug,
Maureen wanted to know whether there was gonna be any cemetery or historic walk on May 2nd, when the museums are open.
definitely the historic walk. I think that's a good question. Are you also gonna open the
No,
cemetery?
that'd be too-
No.
I think that's gonna be too
Too
much.
much at once.
No, that's too much. So Doug, I just, the historic walk should have been on that upcoming event, May 2nd, it just didn't make it on. But yes, so May 2nd is open museums and historic walk from 2 to 3:30.
Okay, and while I have the floor, she's also asking about Juneteenth. Which I believe is a holiday for the town.
June 19th.
And also happens to, yeah, I don't know if, I think she said that might interfere with one of these historical commission meetings as well.
Is it a town holiday?
It's a national holiday.
Well, it depends. It sort of got wiped back, didn't it?
For a while, huh?
Oh, right, it's his birthday.
Oh, it is a conflict.
Stay tuned.
Yeah, that is.
Yeah,
The 19th is the date of our next meeting.
For the June meeting.
I'm sorry, that was May.
but we can potentially do,
19th, June 19th on a Sunday.
no. The 19th is Friday.
Oh, sorry.
June.
You're right. I was right the first time I made it. So,
So town offices are closed, so we are going to have to reschedule that meeting.
way to go, Maureen.
Yeah. good.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'll tell her you said that.
I'm
Okay.
surprised that none of us,
Well, Friday holidays are rare.
yeah.
That's true.
So one option would be the 26th or the 12th, is I guess.
It has to be on a Friday.
I think without Dalton here and Jill,
What
you know,
are
those,
constraints for announcing it in advance? I mean, this has been identified enough up front, right, where you can move it pretty easily without.
oh, yeah.
Coordinating those.
Yeah, it would really just be completely up to this group when you wanna move it. We have to do that with CAPS both in November and December, because their meetings fall on Thanksgiving and Christmas every year. So, yeah.
Well, would it be good to have it still on a Friday, that way it doesn't mess up other
What is our,
commission meetings?
what is our work session scheduled for that month? Maybe replace the
It's
work
the
session.
12th.
Should just maybe replace the work session for now, and then if the work session needs to be reschedule the work session.
Yeah, yes, I would
We're
look at
pretty
it,
flexible on those anyway.
yeah, because the 26th puts just right before the July 4th, and it's the week before.
It's
It's
the 12th,
in July 4th time, yeah.
Could Maureen do the 12th?
So you're, which month, the 12th, June 12th?
June.
And then we can still have the work session on the 19th.
Eventually, yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Oh, yeah,
a
that's
good
true.
point.
Yeah, because the town office doesn't need to be open. And we'll be off.
So it's trade the two.
okay.
Let's hear from Maureen.
Bravo, bravo.
Just waiting for a text to come through.
Okay.
I assume this won't take a vote to continue.
No, I just think it's funny that, like, comms, nobody knows.
Yeah,
Well, it's a long ways off yet.
It is.
It's still a national holiday.
Yeah.
Probably.
I think so. Does the 12th work for everyone in the room while we wait to hear from Marie?
Yes. Maureen says she's here, she'll have to figure out about, interpreters.
Okay,
Okay,
Yeah, the 12th is fine.
and then we'll just hope that Jill and Dalton can.
So, but just confirming that you all are still planning on the work session on the 19th and just trade the two, right?
that's what it is.
Sounds good.
Susan and I just talked about that, it looks like a good solution. Just plug that in on the 19th.
Okay. That's a good solution. So is everybody good with that?
Yep.
So I will get that changed on the town calendar. Thank you again, Maureen.
Back to the upcoming events, and we also have a work session on May 8th. And, are you available? Are you?
Yeah, I will probably just keep working in the basement at Ashley. We got a ways to go.
And anybody's welcome to help.
Yeah, it's very informative listening to us babble on.
And then asking Larry who donated that, and Larry goes, oh, it's restrained. Okay, May 18th.
Okay, Scott.
You have to wait for this. Before we discuss this again.
I already forgot that. Are you talking? Yeah, really, so are we getting, we highly encourage the mayor to potentially go and be part of this. We know that's happening, or we have someone else.
I emailed the mayor, recently, and I haven't got a reply yet, so that's so recent, it was about 9:30 this morning.
And then I sent an email to town manager Magley about a week and a half ago, saying that the commission, just reiterating what the commission had mentioned at the dinner, or the desire for town manager, mayor, and any other council members who could or would like to join. So I did that end, but I think Larry did a formal invite.
So would they be asking us for any other materials, or is it just like walking up on stage and having something accept the awards? Would there be slides or other information? Or
so what's gonna happen is that,
fly or?
we've got a very large, very large number of people who can get recognized, so we wanna really keep it moving fast, so. To back up a little bit, Kathy Kaler from the Iowa Historical Society nominated us. And then she didn't wanna have to read the nomination, she has some macular degeneration issues apparently, so she thought, what a good idea it would be to have the Boulder County Sheriff do it, since, the nomination, since, Boulder County Sheriff's Department did so much during the fire.
Oh,
And, the sheriff was not available, so Sergeant Solomon, who's essentially our police chief, is gonna do it.
Mm,
cool.
And, so I've written up he and I met Wednesday, I wrote up a proposal, and I think he's good with it, and it's gonna be quick.
Was Solomon here at the time of the fire? I don't recall.
Yes, he was on duty that night too, or that day and night. And so anyway, so it'd be good if everybody sat together and we can just stand and be recognized. Dalton and I will be,
you'll have your black tie and.
oh, sure,
Your cummerbund?
yeah,
Your acceptance speech, right?
accept the speech, you
All the
know,
little people.
call thank my mother and my father. And yes, right. And then I hear the music playing this off. I put together 5 slides of the before and then the destruction and then the new building.
I'll try to be there if you need any heckling.
Hey, I've talked for 35 years. I can take care of it.
I'll bring the right cucumbers.
That I can't take. So anyway, we'll have the pictures in the background and, Solomon will then do the introduction, and I think we'll have Dalton accept the, certificate and, have anybody who's there stand and be recognized.
Would the mayor help to accept that?
Yes, I was
too?
gonna say, would it be the town that would accept, not the commission?
I really stressed in this whole process, that it's not just the commission, it's the county superior and the commission. And I think that'd be appropriate,
I
yeah.
think that would be,
But-
yeah.
If the mayor or town manager, somebody is there, if they could come
Yes,
up, that'd be great.
Because, I mean, we didn't do nearly what the town did for the rebuild and the support and all
can you
that.
be there, JG?
Absolutely.
Could you?
Yeah.
JG should accept,
And Lydia,
yeah.
I think they frequently have several people accepting the awards.
Yeah,
They do, and there's a whole group of
Everybody
people.
works.
one of the people in charge counted 40-some people coming up there, so they're a little bit nervous about,
Stage might not.
about people getting off track and consuming the time, so. So, it'll start at 6:30, it's just the grazing is at 6 o'clock and the program is 6:30.
Yeah, graze.
Yeah, Wally's going to round up all the sandwiches and eat them to himself, I think, probably.
Shh, don't tell her. Sorry, come on.
So is that?
That answers my questions and more.
So mark your
That's our
calendar.
job here. Can you really be there? That'd be great.
Yeah, I'll be there.
So I think that's all for that. Mount Vernon event.
This has been on the agenda for a
Yep.
handful of months and it's coming up and I know Dalton's really excited about it and the information postcards are at
The museums.
the museums.
Can I add something to this? I know that, Dalton's a real presidential history aficionado, but, this particular event is part of a national part of the 250 celebration. And that's the other reason why it's important in there. It's part of it, so it's one of the national level examples of celebrating the 250. History of the 200, whatever they call it,
Sesquicentennial.
no, that's all.
It's a different-
It's very courageous to try to pronounce that, Scott.
Yeah, it's good for more.
Regardless, that I think it's important for that reason to recognize it.
Yes.
And also considering the opportunities for the state level version of that is the Centennial State
Mhm.
and the town's history coinciding interestingly with that,
The 130.
I'm gonna piggyback on that just real quick. You said that about the Freedom Plane as well as Fran. At History Colorado.
The newsletter,
Yeah, from May 18th or something, for like 18 days, I could look it up. There's just a special exhibit at History Colorado of like some original documents from the revolution, and things like that. And you do have to register, I think. So, that's another really important one. And I can either forward on this, the Anne Fram email where she told us about it, or, whatever, let me know.
Okay, moving on to the staff updates. Yes, take it.
okay, Grasso grant status, so as you know, I'm working with our grant writer. On a hopefully, a grant. It's a range from minimum of 50,000 up to 250,000. There is a 25% match requirement, and we brought that up at the dinner. And I think the timing of us applying for the grant, by the time we apply for the grant, we'll know how much we're asking for. Therefore, we would know what that 25% match would be. And it would coincide well with budget season, when council is kind of getting into that final stretch of budget approval. So I think timing wise, it would work out well. Lydia has been helping with digging up a lot of history, historic documents of work that's been done both at Grasso and and to the bungalow. Now, this grant has nothing to do with the bungalow. This is all for the park and the structures. But there was some confusion because, and thank goodness Lydia knows her way around a lot of archive documents. So in 1998, there was a lot of work done to the barn, the house, the outhouse and the root cellar. And then in 2002 was a grant for the bungalow work. So she's been trying to kind of separate that out. Because we are focusing just on the park and the outbuildings, and trying to get some renovation, refurbished, get them re-roofed, all kinds of things. I sent out an invitation to everyone, for a potential work session, just to come do a walkthrough, to put your input into this wish list that we are creating prior to bringing out a potential contractor for assessment and estimate. So we just want to gather what we know, what's been done in the past, what we see as problematic or what needs to happen now from our perspective. Then we'll bring out 3 or 4 different contractors to do assessments, get all that information put together, figure out how much it'll cost, what work needs to be done, and then that would go into part of the grant language.
So, I saw your email. What time frame were you hoping to do that?
So it looked like 1 o'clock on Tuesday is what worked out for everyone, and I think did I send out a calendar invite? Okay.
And
You signed up for that.
is that something where we need to
Yeah.
limit due to?
No,
Meeting?
we have a work session scheduled, so whoever wants to come is,
So that's the.
I think I only sent
21st.
out, a calendar invite to those who responded. So if you want to join,
Yeah, it's.
I can tag you on.
We'd have to entirely play that one by ear.
Okay. I can send it out to everyone.
21st, reading this straight.
Is it clear?
Yeah.
Sorry.
I'll just send it out to everyone. Like I said, I only sent it out to those who responded. 1 o'clock, probably an hour max. We will bring printouts of the research we found of what's been done. But kind of be thinking, since you all are in those buildings so much more than Lydia and I. Like, you know, you reported that the house has a leaky roof. We know that needs to be replaced, but there might be some nooks and crannies or things that just, you know, off the top of your head that needs to be done.
If you need anything more about what's been done, Lindsay Llewellyn, the History Colorado can help out, cause she looked all that stuff up for me back when we were having the brouhaha over the trail going through there. She looked up a whole lot of stuff for me.
She may have sent some information too, didn't she?
Yeah.
I think she did. Thank you for that. Yeah. Okay. All right, so that's moving along. Brooke has created a wonderful, Brooke is the grants person. She's created a wonderful timeline for she and I to work from to make sure we're hitting all the marks. We do need letters of recommendation, so we might need one from the commission. We might need one from the mayor. We thought about tapping into one of the teachers from one of the schools, since the second grade tours tap into their curriculum and their tours of, you know, they utilize the space, so it might be, so we're thinking about those kinds of things, so this may not be the only time I ask for your help as we are building this grant. So, but this is our first step right now, is to kind of get this wish list put together. Superior 130 in the next Hello Superior issue, I sent out an email to everyone with some background information, but basically 2 questions for y'all to answer if you'd like. It's optional. We don't know if we would use everyone's quotes or answers, but we're looking for content.
By what date? I saw the email, I did not
I think
dig into it.
I think the deadline was the I'd have to look.
I'll try and look while you're talking.
So yeah, so if you'd like to respond to that, that'd be wonderful. And then there is an opportunity to provide extra information or comment if you'd like, but just keep in mind that the article itself will probably max out 600 words, so we don't have a lot of space.
Also the
for content.
21st. By end of day,
End of day.
421.
Yeah,
Tuesday, 421.
thank you, Scott.
Thank you.
So if there's any questions with that, let me know, but feel free to respond via email. And then again, if you have any extra information you wanna share, go ahead and send that to me. Lion signage and photo op. We had talked about, once this signage gets installed, we thought about group photo with lions and historic with the trees. And I just wanted to get that back out there. I know we don't have a date for when the installation of the signs would come, but I just want to plant the seed of, like, once I know that's gonna happen, it'd be great to plan a gathering with the lions.
It'd be nice to do it when the trees are leafing green.
Yeah, which I suspect will happen, since it could take a little while for this installation to happen. But even if it does happen, we can still plan it for whenever we want. But it would just be really nice to get together with the lions and get a nice photo.
Yeah.
And wasn't it your idea, Scott, to get a photo every year with the
Yeah.
tree growth?
Yes,
Yeah.
we
Yeah.
mentioned that.
Watch them grow,
So maybe whatever date that we take the photo could be the date that we set every year.
When is Arbor Day?
In April
Yeah.
sometime.
So
That
it's
might be
probably
too early.
past already.
No, it's coming on. But I know there's usually a town event that day, isn't there?
Yeah, there is, yeah.
When it goes this year.
Maybe we should consider that date, especially if it's in the middle of the week when the town photographer might be, whoever does town photography.
Good.
I've met him before.
It really is snowing out there, people.
But it's not sticking, so.
That's what we're 25,
Friday, April 24th.
oh, the 24th.
The trees really haven't budded yet.
Yeah.
I'm actually.
Mine have.
No, but the one actually.
Oh, those. I hope this
Watching
doesn't,
them.
I hope
I think-
this cold
I may have
doesn't.
to look at it.
It's coming out earlier this year.
That
too.
kills trees.
Before you got here, I showed them the
Oh,
black
okay.
phase, they're not, it's in production.
Okay,
So-
thank you.
So that will be shipped here, but the other part is then getting the signs, me and Line getting arranged with Parks to get,
Okay.
the signs installed. So. Okay, next on the list is, Lottie Eggleston's headstone condition. We've talked about this a couple of times briefly. I had a side conversation with Larry. Larry recommended that I contact Mary Riley McNellen, who did the presentation about Columbia Cemetery in Boulder. And so we posed the question to her, because the headstone is lying flat. I don't know what this stone is, but it's
Some
softer.
kind of limestone.
Stone.
like in-
Yeah, it's wearing, and with the elements, rain, snow, dust, wind, it's wearing to the point where you can't almost read it anymore, and,
Do you want me to send you a photo? Would you be able to show it? I took one last time. There's a,
I can pull it up. But it's the first headstone,
yeah, it's not the
burial.
only one. There's another one we had to preserve lying flat too, that's in a similar dire strait.
When did she die?
1873, I think.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, what was it, 2 years old?
Yeah.
That one was 2 years old.
Yeah,
Lottie
it's
was
lying
buried.
flat because
Oh,
otherwise it would crumble.
That's where the
Yeah.
cemetery was founded.
would you bury her?
In the land donated by a local farmer, improvised farm.
Now, is there any way that we can somehow,
well, I have a
There's
whole lot to share with you, so go ahead, look, Wally.
is there any way somehow that we can replace those?
That's part of what I wanna talk to you about.
Okay.
I just wanna share this.
You should replace the original.
So this is the headstone in 2003.
Yeah, it's much worse than that right now.
So back in 2003, you could still, and this is before the restoration work at the cemetery. So you can see that flagstone is not underneath it. So this is when it was just it had fallen down. Okay, so, but you can still see
Yeah,
quite a bit. So Lottie E,
right.
is what we saw then. Yeah, come on, show all the. I know I opened the other one. Sorry. Let me go back. To minimize it, and then in order to share it.
Is this the current state?
This is the current state.
Oh,
Yeah, that's pretty close to how my photos look.
see anything.
Yeah.
Oh.
And that's, that looks like it's color or contrast corrected, that photo. Or it's just really bright out that day.
It's really bright out, but you can see just
Yeah,
there's just stuff, and you can look at right here.
that's falling off.
Look, it's cracking really bad. And so, okay, so with Mary, she wrote back quite a bit, but just to shorten it. She provided two thoughts. One of them was leave it in place, elevate probably this head so that there would be drainage and really nothing else. Another one was leave it alone and potentially add a little sign next to it that describes what it is, what it said previously of that nature. Oh, third option, sorry, is to remove it and put it in a museum, the museum. And then she didn't really offer any solutions after that, but then I asked her, I said, well, would it be appropriate to reproduce it, a replica? Would that suffice? And she said, of course, sure, if that's something that you wanted to do. So then I contacted Kevin Eggleston, who we have been in contact recently, because I thought, well, he's a descendant, he's a family member. And I shared all of that information and basically said, you know, do you have any thoughts? Like, what would your preference be if you had one? And he just said, I trust you completely. I trust the Historic Commission. So he basically
Our bunch.
said, basically whatever we think could happen. So there is a lot, I think, and I think it's important, and I don't think a decision needs to be made today, but I think it's something that we should discuss a little bit today and maybe a little bit in the coming months.
If there's still a family member that's contactable, even though he says he trusts us, if we do make decisions, I think we should confirm our final decision.
Absolutely.
You know,
I agree 100%, yeah.
I would say there's a possibility, what we should do is, get a replica. But also maybe take that one, if we can get it into the museum or wherever, and try to preserve it in the state it's in.
And keep it dry.
Right,
Mhm.
and then have a new one, or whatever you choose to call it up there, marking the site.
Mhm.
Maybe cover it.
That's, that, Mary, I asked about that and Mary said that's not a good idea because whatever you cover it with, it's likely, you know, gonna get damaged and like plexiglass would yellow and you wouldn't be able to
Yeah.
see through it very well and.
I just meant until you maybe got a replica,
Yeah.
just to protect it further. Do you know what it is there documentation of what it said? That's the other.
It really is just kind of based on that first image.
I think in the
I think we have other,
sanitary materials, it's got
the whole thing, yeah.
not positive.
Yeah, me neither. We would have to do the research, but if we did a replica, you know, it would then stand upright.
Right.
It wouldn't no longer be lying down, and this stone, Larry, those were usually at the foot,
Mhm.
correct?
Usually,
And that's been moved.
we don't know if that's, well, it's in its original position or not.
Wow.
So it's definitely something to think about.
That's back at the foot of where it's at now. When they
Breathing.
preserved it, they moved it so that little stone's are floating.
And I know this photo is hard, but you can see that even back in 2003, we even have some damage.
Yeah.
You know, so, definitely, and I don't know what this design was, we'd have to look at that too. So anyway, just something to think about.
In the meantime, because it's on that flagstone slab, could we tip it up just that little bit while we decide to do things?
Mary's advised to
Yeah.
tip it up,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
we'll probably
Still
do
in the slant.
It may not be easy to do right now, and I don't remember, this one's not broken into yet, but one of the other ones like that is.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The one at the south end of the cemetery, it's also preserved flat. I'm trying to remember, and we'd have to check again, if it's one of the veterans ones, and you should also maybe consider it, because it's.
I think that one, Clayton, I think maybe is on its back.
Maybe, but yeah, there's others that would need more similar treatment as well. I mean, this one being the first grade is important, but there's other ones that are deteriorating for
absolutely.
the same reason. And when Vicky was there, they were commenting on, you know, where the west end of the cemetery has just a couple of little rocks there that aren't even recognizable as headstones anymore.
Yeah.
She was saying that it wasn't that long ago in her memory that there was more than that there too. You know, they remember there being more.
Well, I think, moving forward, it could be a really interesting project. This year, that historic preservation budget that completely separate from your budget, but that historic preservation budget that we've dedicated to the minor memorial. I was thinking, if there's anything left over, we can consider that, but moving forward into next year, maybe that's something that those funds are used for, to start thinking about headstones. And then, like with the veterans, if there's graves that we figure out that are there, we could maybe look at that, but we could look at other headstones.
Yeah.
If we can get a hold of family members, things of that nature.
Well, I would suggest that rather than incline it for the time being to help it drain better, that if we're thinking about preserving it, we figure out how to just move it out of there and store it now, because if the decision is to put it back, it can always be put back. But if we move it, we want to make sure that moving it doesn't damage it more, same if we incline it. 'Cause like I said, because some other ones snap and we would want to find out this one's ready to snap just by being moved. And, but if we could find a way to move it and carefully store it where it wouldn't be subject to further damage, maybe we do that. And,
Well, we make our decision.
yeah,
But we're moving on toward 12 o'clock here, so.
Yeah,
it's a thought.
it's a thought, and why don't we put this on the agenda for next month as a discussion item, and
Right.
this will be great food for thought for everyone. I just wanted to put it out there that I've been in conversation with Larry, Mary, and Kevin.
And something has to be done.
Yeah.
And something needs to be done. We can't, we can leave it out there and just let it.
Which is what's
Yeah,
happening.
maybe plus,
Yeah.
then it's a
I wonder if the family has any pictures of it when it was in better shape. Probably
I
not,
don't
but
think Kevin does, but if Kevin maybe were to help reach out to other relatives,
Yeah,
maybe.
yeah.
So,
that would be interesting.
But
Yeah.
those little rebar hooks on it right now are going to make it hard to do anything with. That's a good point.
Does Kevin still live in the area?
Yes, yeah, he lives in Boulder.
Hmm.
Yeah.
okay, I will be out, the next month's meeting. My son is graduating from college.
Oh,
So excited.
where is he in college or?
Metro State, civil
Oh,
engineering,
okay, that's
yeah.
great.
civil engineering,
My son.
very proud of him.
That's great.
So Lydia will be, filling in for me next
Oh,
month. So I will make
Right,
sure.
Lydia.
So,
We haven't given her a bad time.
yeah, so you'll see Lydia on, next week, but
Okay.
also next month. So I'll make sure that she's well prepared and she has
Okay.
everything and should run smoothly. And then the last thing, the community center construction and summer meetings at town hall, I believe council asked for that to be moved to
The fall.
slightly early fall instead of summer,
oh,
so that, the community center is available for 4th of July and other things.
And that's when the peak usage is June, July, and early August, and so we didn't want to close the community center during those peak, because every kid and teenager apparently uses the community center
Yeah.
in the summer, so, the council asked, town staff to push that back after school goes back into session in early August.
Okay,
So same plan, but it'll just be in the fall, so we'll probably start our fall meetings over at town hall instead of here. Based on that construction, but just stay tuned, we'll keep you posted.
Okay.
We have no idea when that start date will be, and that's all we got.
Jane, did you have anything you wanted to
No, I just, want to talk to
add? Okay,
JJ after, but, I think the idea of getting pictures together and putting them there in part would be a great idea.
okay. Good. Anybody have anything else to cover for the good of the order? there a motion to adjourn?
I make a motion that they be adjourned and.
Well, I thought you
Never.
missed a hand out there for a minute.
Well,
I
I
second.
thought she was gonna stab me.
Is there a second?
I seconded it.
Moved by Wally and seconded by Scott, so I think we can declare the meeting hereby closed. Have a good one, gang, get going.
Thank you.
Good job.
Recording stopped.
Have to get home.
Thank you, Doug, as always, for your help.
Pleasure.
Good
Nice to see you all.